silent but eyes wide with concern, holding the used EpiPen in his hand. He helped me up to a sitting position on the couch and handed me my cell phone. I thanked him and dialed 911, figuring paramedics should still check me out even if the allergic reaction was dying down. I found it difficult to relay the information to the dispatcher. Not because of my breathing or my throat, I could speak just fine by then. I was distracted. There was a noise that hadn't been there before I passed out. A distant chorus of human voices. They were faint, but I could still appreciate a shared intonation. All of them were shouting. 10, 20, 30 separate voices, each fighting to yell the loudest. And all of them originated from somewhere inside Antonio. Antonio stayed home. The man could have come with me. He wasn't bedbound. He just wouldn't leave, even when I told him what was likely about to happen at the hospice unit. It may seem like I'm glazing over what happened to her: the cancer, the chemotherapy, the radiation. And I don't deny that I am. That particular wound is exquisitely tender and most of the details are irrelevant to the story. There are only two parts that matter: the terrible things that she disclosed to me on her deathbed, and what happened to her immediately after dying. I raced home, careening over my town's poorly maintained side streets at more than twice the speed limit, my mother's confession spinning wildly in my head. As I got closer to our neighborhood, I tried to calm myself down. I let my foot ease off the accelerator. She must have been delirious, I thought, drunk on the liquor of near death, the toxicity of her dying body putting her into a metabolic stupor. I, other the hand, must have been made temporarily insane by grief, because I had genuinely believed her outlandish claims. We must have gotten the money from somewhere else. As our house grew on the horizon, however, I saw something that sent me spiraling into a panic once more. A cluster of twinkling yellow-orange dots illuminated my backyard, floating above the ground like some sort of phantasmal bonfire. I didn't even bother to park properly. My car hit the driveway at an odd angle, causing the right front tire to jump the curb with a heavy. The sound and the motion barely even fazed me, my attention squarely fixed on the circle of birdhouses adorned with burning candles. I stopped the engine with only half of the vehicle in the driveway, stumbling out the driver's side door a second later. In the 3 months that followed my anaphylaxis, I could hear the chorus of shouting voices when Antonio was around, but only when he was very close by. The solution to that existential dilemma was simple: avoid my great-grandfather like the plague. As long as I was more than a few feet away, I couldn't hear them, and if I couldn't hear them, I didn't have to speculate about what they were. Something was different last night, though. I heard the ethereal cacophony the moment I swung open my car door. Dozens of frenzied voices besieged me as I paced into the backyard, shouting over each other, creating an incomprehensible mountain of noise from everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. It only got louder as I approached the circle. The cacophony didn't dissuade me, though. If anything, the hellish racket inspired me. I felt madness swell behind my eyes as I got